Hey everyone, today is day 12 of the Brave Warrior Challenge. Can you believe it's 12 days already? I can't. So, the Brave Warrior Challenge, for those that are just catching up, it's 30K steps. And what I thought it would be 30 days, but it's still going to be 30 days, but not consecutively. But I'm still doing it. And so today, I want to talk about the topic of trusting the process. So, what do I mean by trusting the process? So sometimes we want to trust that everything's going to work out. We want to trust the destination versus trusting the process, the journey of what it takes to get there. And so I like to use the Bible. So we must trust in the process, because while trusting in the process, we're staying faithful to trusting God in the process, trusting that He's gonna make things work out for us. Such like the character in the Bible, Daniel. Daniel was a fervent prayer. What do I mean by fervent prayer? Well, he prayed 3 times a day. And he was very faithful to God, and he trusted God in everything. And so because of the rulers at the time got jealous of him, that he was praying to God other than the ruler, the kings of that time, and the leaders of that time, specifically the ruler, which I believe was Nebuchadnezzar at the time. They got jealous, and so they decided to do something against Daniel. And so they formed a decree basically prohibiting anyone to pray other than if it's going to be other than God, other than the king, they were not allowed to pray. So they called Daniel praying to God. And so he was placed in jail. And guess what? Not only was he placed in jail, as a punishment, they put in lions in that den, in that prison jail. So just imagine being imprisoned in jail with 2 lions there. And these lions are like starving. You don't know what they're gonna do, right? Imagine how much fear you would feel at the time. But not Daniel. Daniel's kept on praying. He kept on believing that God was going to work it out. He was trusting the process. Even in the midst of it, when everything could go wrong, who knows? He could have been eaten by the lions. I don't know. Well, something could have happened really terribly, right? But yet he trusted the process because he trusted God. God was his foundation. So anything that happened, anything that came his way, it wouldn't matter, because he trusted the process. He trusted God. So to that, the lions were there and nothing happened to him. He slept there all night, and still nothing happened to him. He was fine. The lions were so calm, so tamed, because an angel came in from God to help him. And so that comes to show that sometimes we just need to trust the process. We need to trust the journey. Even if the journey has its ups and downs, and even if you don't see a way, There's always a way. And if you place your faith in God and you keep on going, you keep on being brave, you keep on being bold in your faith, and you keep on trusting even if circumstances don't show you that there's a way out, there is always a way. So fall in love, like I always like to say, fall in love with the process. Trust the process. Because if you do well in the process and you stay faithful in the midst of it, God is seeing your heart. God is seeing that. So I just want to encourage you today that if you're going through something, just trust that everything's going to be okay. You know, when I started this challenge, I was like, oh my God, my legs are, they're feeling horrible. I don't know if I could trust the process. But I did, I did what I could. I did my massages, I did whatever I needed to do. And so I got through it. And guess what? My legs are getting stronger. That's an update right there. I feel like they have more endurance as well. So trust the process. Alrighty, guys. That's all I have for you today. Have a great night and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.